You know when you tell your friend that you should start a podcast? That's what we did. Hi, my name is Tati.
And my name is Esme.
This is the Soul and Sips podcast.
Come and have a sip with us.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. As you can see or hear, we are not alone today.
There's me. We have a guest.
Najla.
I love that you're calling me Najla.
Because that's your name.
It's true. It is my name.
So her name is Najla.
Yeah.
So you will say Nyla. Like
In the Netherlands, yeah.
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 But it is Najla
That is true. Originally, yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
But do you always tell people when you meet them, like...
With Dutchies, I'm more used to Nyla because it's just like faster and that's what they pronounce first if they see it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With like non-Dutchies, honestly, I'm really fine with both.
Yeah.
Whichever. But Tati starts calling me Najla these days. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was funny. I said it one time as a joke because you introduced as Nyla.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, that's your name. And I said it one time as a joke. I was like, Najla, because that's how would you kind of say it in Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
then,
then you were like,
and
that's
then-
my name.
Yeah.
and I was like, oh.
Okay.
I'm like, why don't you say that? That's your name,
because it's
Najla.
just like, I don't know. For me, just fast. I don't care. I'm not so attached to Najla. Nyla is also fine. Whatever.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Najla is your real name, so that's
Yeah.
how I called you.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so we have Najla today.
That was a long intro.
Yes, and we ask you, like, when we have previous guests, we ask what they want to drink, and you say iced coffee.
Yes, because I love ice
So
cream.
we made iced coffee.
We are working today with 2 mics instead
Yeah.
of 3. So we need to
Shout.
deal with what we have.
Yes.
Which will be fine.
So good. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
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 Iced
I made it
coffee.
myself.
Delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really weather today.
But very warm.
Oh, it's so hot. It's,
Humid, like crazy.
yeah.
I'm sweating everywhere.
Yes, it's just non-stop sweat. Mayhem in the Netherlands. I'm always jealous of those people that don't sweat.
Same, and they don't smell. They don't have
Okay,
odor.
I
Yeah.
don't smell, which is
At all?
nice for the amount of sweat I produce.
Like, at all?
Yes.
Like,
Funny.
even if you were like running or...
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Then I'm
Damn.
jealous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweating is okay.
Yeah, sweating is okay. Like, it's fine. And I sweat for everything. Like, I always joke that I blink and I sweat. But it is true. I blink and I sweat.
Okay.
So, for the amount of, like, sweatness that I have, I don't smell.
That's
And maybe,
wild.
like, of course, like, let's say when I work out,
Yeah.
like, I don't, like, I need to, like, work out, like, let's say 3 days in a row with the same clothes to them actually smell
Damn.
bad.
Okay. No.
But other than
I'm,
that,
I'm not that lucky, no.
Me neither, honestly.
jeans make me sweat, but at least it doesn't smell. I mean, at some point it's probably smelly, but if you think if you see me after biking, like after I bike from here to work,
You're like wet.
sweat like
Okay.
everywhere, you will think like, oh my god, she's gonna smell like shit the whole day.
Good. Good for you. I'm
Yeah.
happy for you.
Thank you. So tell us about yourself.
The question.
The question.
The question.
Oh,
Introduce
I'm always
yourself.
so difficult to introduce myself,
Like-
but like,
Where are you from? How
Yeah.
do we know each other?
yes. I'm from Malaysia and from Kuala Lumpur, and I moved to the Netherlands in 2019, so that's like 6 or 7 years ago for my studies. And how we know each other is from Fastnet, like other guests. As well
Other
as-
guests. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually hired Tati.
She hired
Yeah,
me.
I didn't hire Esme. Esme was there first, but I did hire
Yeah.
Tati, and I remember our interview, and it was a great bond. I think we connected like
Yeah.
from the moment. It was a cute moment, honestly, and yeah, we still.
Yeah. So I have the life I have right now because of Najla.
I wouldn't be that dramatic, but like it was. We did bond fast.
We did
like,
bond
we
fast,
connected
and-
fast. Yeah.
And also like as like an international person trying to find a job somewhere else that is not your country, not your first language.
It's
it
nerve
is-
wracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially like with the visas process and all that, like I also was in the States and I also work in the States and it
Yeah.
was difficult. Like I was trying to stay there and find a job And the moment I put like, oh, I need a visa, they wouldn't like nothing.
Yeah.
They will say no immediately.
Yeah.
And here I was also scared of it. And I remember I always told you this, like you were like, oh, I also went through the same. I'm also not from here. I also need a visa. You'll be fine. We'll go through the whole process. It's okay. You don't even have to worry about it. And I was like,
because it is so scary. Right?
It is very scary.
I cannot
'Cause-
even imagine.
yeah, imagine if you are like the best person for that job, but just because you're not from here,
Yeah.
that will be a no.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna miss on so many important people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or where you're from.
Because if you have to think about that, you have to go back to US tomorrow. It's scary, right?
Or even to Colombia.
Even to Colombia, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. So
Yeah. No, I'm glad.
so yeah, it was scary, but that's why we're here. And then because Najla hired me, then I met Esme in Fastnet, and then we become besties, and then we do the podcast. You see?
Yes.
We did all this. When did you move to the Netherlands and why?
Yeah, I moved 6-7 years ago to do my studies in Leiden, and I thought it was just going to be like 1 year and then I would go back. But I don't know, 1 year became 2, became 3, became 4, and I just really like this country. But I never thought I would stay this long. Like, no, at all.
But
Damn.
why didn't you think you would stay this long?
I don't know, because I'm quite attached to my family and my parents. I think all of us are quite like family focused, and so I thought it would just be like 1 year and that's it. But it's so nice, and I think honestly, what I love about the Netherlands is freedom, and that I don't get so much where I'm from. Yeah, it's not a perfect country, Netherlands, but yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think every
No
like,
country's perfect.
No country's
exactly.
perfect.
No.
But the Netherlands, it is very open and
Yeah.
very.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
free.
know how it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you feel that as a Dutchie? Do you find it like a freeing country?
But also because I have not really experienced something else for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
So it's normal for me.
Yeah,
honestly.
and that's great.
But I hear it all the time, of course, like how it can also be different. Like from you and also from Javi, it's like such a different life in other countries.
Yeah.
But honestly, I cannot say I fully understand because I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do recognize that yes, there's a lot of freedom here.
Yeah. It is good that this is normal
Mm-hmm.
for you.
Yeah.
Like it's nice that it's normal that you feel the freedom and all that. You don't even think about the hard.
Like safety.
Yeah, the safety and all that.
Yeah.
Like it is a good thing to don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Don't take it for granted though.
No, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like for you in Colombia, Tati, but do you feel like sometimes, like in work, there's not many, for example, women in leadership?
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, okay, so I know there's a ceiling for me. Not that I want to be a leader, but like,
You never know.
You never
Hey,
know.
CEO.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, you decided to stay here, and then now, have you ever thought about leaving?
No, not yet. But I also think I won't stay here forever. Like, I think when I grow older, I want to go back to Southeast Asia. Maybe not Malaysia, but Southeast Asia is just so nice.
Yes.
Not for working. Like, the two of you just went there like in the last year. It's such a vibe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Like, you don't want to work there, but you do want to like spend your life there. So if I can, I don't know, maybe after 40, 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a different pace of life.
Yeah.
There's sun, food, and warm people. So not forever, maybe in the Netherlands. I think. I don't know.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
never
It's so
know.
difficult to plan for these things. Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because why do you think you don't want to work there? Because of the work ethics or like?
Yeah, like Asian working culture is really intense. Like the kind that you shouldn't leave before your boss. Yeah, I know. For what? Even if you don't have work, it's stupid.
Yeah.
And for me, it's really like knowing. I've never seen maybe nowadays there are because I haven't been in Malaysia in a long time. But seeing women in like high level leadership as a CEO,
Yeah.
yeah, that's also in the Netherlands. That's also rare, I think. But
Yeah.
in Malaysia, even more rare.
Yeah, but you can see here the change in like
Yeah.
there's, let's say, as a representation in women and like in the work, you can see more
Yeah.
than I assume in our countries.
In our
when
countries, yeah,
there's
for
like
sure.
not even think about it.
Exactly.
A
And-
Yeah.
woman,
Yeah.
smart, what?
Yeah. and it's very patriarchal, right? Like,
yeah,
also in Colombia, I think, and that's just not my vibe. Yeah, no.
yeah, no, I get it, and I feel that also once you experience not being there,
Yeah,
then you come back and you're like, but why? Like,
yeah.
why is it not like that? Like,
Because life in Malaysia is really revolving around getting married and having children still. Like, just to give you an example, when I went to Wester to Malaysia for the first time, West is my partner, and at the immigration counter, they asked Wester, like, oh, what's your reason to come to Malaysia? And he pointed at me, oh, I'm visiting my girlfriend's family. And the first thing he told Wester was like, oh, are you going to marry her? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, we're at the immigration.
Yeah, why do you need to know?
Why do you need to know? But, and like, make sure you take care of my sister, which I kind of like, because they're like, because he felt like there's this feeling like everyone's your family. But
it is. Yeah, it is cute.
It's cute.
But it's also like, why would you care?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't
You're not
matter.
actually my brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But how is Malaysia for you? Like, as a foreigner in Malaysia, is it the same or?
Well, I really it's difficult for me to see it very separately from Singapore because I studied in Singapore, right?
Yeah.
So I studied in Singapore for 6 months,
Yeah.
and like, so when I was in Kuala Lumpur at the beginning of this year, or like in March, I was like, oh my god, this is like Singapore, but not really.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
get that. Yeah.
And I do think also because I was there as an international student in Singapore, you have such a different life than the locals.
Yeah.
So you really see all the good things.
Yeah.
Like, I also talked to my local friends from Singapore, and they were like, yeah, you really have a different perspective of what Singapore is, because it's not like that. Because for me it was like paradise. Everything's perfect, you know. The food is good, like the weather is good,
Yeah.
like everything is perfect.
Nice
but
bars and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. I get that.
but
yeah.
then you also miss a lot of the things that locals do go through, you
Yeah.
know. So I think you cannot really understand it if you go as a tourist, even less. I
But
think.
I wonder if that's the same in the Netherlands, but I feel like there's not too much of a gap. Like, studying in the Netherlands, I feel like I had a similar life to Dutch students studying here. There's not much difference, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, like if you come here as a student, you will get to have like a normal Dutch, how a life will be.
Yeah.
But I feel also as a student, you're having a student life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I study in the States,
Yeah.
and for yes, I lived there for 5 years. I don't think I even got the full American experience until I stopped college. Like, my college experience, I will not change it for anything. Like, that was amazing. That was the whole thing
Same,
itself.
Me in the Netherlands, yeah.
But
Best
then
of
it's
my
like
life.
different. And then when I stopped studying and I have 1 year working, then that's when I was like, oh, this is how Americans like live every day, and I hate it.
But maybe that's like American corporate culture, which is like,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I did work in a very like kind of open
okay.
company. It was really nice. Even that was before COVID. I didn't have to go every day at work. They have like a really easy going. Of course,
Okay.
it was by time, but it was like work-life balance was fine.
Okay.
We have dogs in the office, so that was really nice as an extra. Like, it was like, I think I was lucky that and also my boss was really nice and
Okay.
understandable. Like, it was really nice. So I didn't got the really hardcore
Hard-hitting
working. You have to,
KPI.
like, 9 to 5, but you
Yeah.
stay like 2 more hours because you have to work.
Okay.
And the weekends, I didn't even have that.
But this is real, right? In
But this is
America?
real in
This,
America.
like,
So I got to see that for also like my friends and all that were working, and from the
Yeah.
people that I was working on. And also I was like, I don't like this.
that's so scary, honestly.
Yeah. So that year was like a different experience that my year in
Studying.
college studying.
Yeah.
As a student, it's different. Because
Yeah.
as a student, the biggest worries was like, am I gonna go out on Saturday or no?
Yeah, oh, I'm so hangover.
Oh my god, I'm so hungover and tomorrow I have an
Yeah.
exam. Oh my goodness, my life is horrible.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know where I think that maybe indeed here locals versus international students is maybe quite similar. In Singapore, I think that's not the case at all. So
I imagine.
all the international students that go there for especially for an exchange year, the locals see those international students as people that are there for, I don't know how to say it. Like we have this saying in Dutch. It's for spek en bonen. It means for bacon and beans. But it basically means like, yes, you're going there, you're taking your classes, but like you're not actually doing things.
Yeah.
You're not actually working, or you're not actually studying.
Yeah, you just
So
there for fun.
yeah,
Funsies.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So the local students also really don't want you in their like work groups, because
Oh,
they
yeah.
assume that you won't do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just there for fun, for
Yeah.
partying, and
So yeah, I do think it's a different kind of life, because they are probably way more serious about, you know, getting high grades, like good grades and stuff.
Yeah.
And for all the exchange students, it's just if I pass, then I pass.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you pass, you still get the points at home. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
So
you got a
that was very different.
and you got a tiny holiday in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
But was it difficult for you to like make local friends in Singapore?
Yeah, kind of. Because I only kind of made 2 friends, and those were really specific people that were like very open and very curious about where I was from.
Yeah.
But that didn't really happen super often, to
No.
be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so for me, like my really close friends, but they're still like some of them are really close friends. They were internationals. Like as American friends, I have some when I was living there, and now maybe if we talk time to time and I'm like, oh my god, I saw this, it was really nice. Like if I see somebody got a new job, there's a few ones, Americans, but my really, really close friends, like one of them was Dutch.
Yeah.
So it was also like, oh, I think it's just, I feel that you also need to, you find the people that you align with and you find things in common. And for me, it was like, oh, we came from a different country to America.
I think that's like a universal experience, because me studying in the Netherlands, also most of my friends were not Dutch.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
have some Dutch friends, but majority like German or whatever. Yeah, maybe because everyone already has their own life and friend groups, so they don't really want to make new friends.
I didn't make a lot of new friends when I was studying here, to be honest. Because
in Amsterdam.
in Amsterdam, because I don't know, like in the weekends I often went to my parents, or like I had my friends already, so I didn't really see the point in making new friends. But that was actually weird, because then the exchange year happened, and then after that we all came back, and because I was in a program where everybody went on exchange, just to different places. And then when I came back, people suddenly started to want to make friends.
That's funny.
Really, so I have some friends from my bachelor, but only because of that last year.
But why? Is it like,
Super
okay, now we're
weird.
back in the Netherlands, we have to network? Like,
Maybe, I don't know. Now we're back, like we all had this experience that does really open you up, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe people
Yeah.
are also like, okay, you know, let's have fun now.
Yeah.
Now that we still have half a year
But it's
left.
funny, it takes you all to be separated across
Yeah.
the world and to bring you together. Yeah,
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Okay, well, back to you, Najla.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have a question like, have you ever encountered any situation with Dutch people that affected, you know how people say like, oh, Dutch are too direct. Like when you felt like shock, like cultural shock, that you're like, oh. And also you're there in a Dutchie, so like.
Yeah, exactly. I find like Dutch people pride themselves from being direct, but I don't find Dutch people direct with their emotions. Like I feel like Dutch people don't talk about their emotions so much, and in Malaysia it's people are more emotional. Like to give you like an example, so I'm gonna get married in Malaysia. I think some of you may know. And like if I were to invite like a European friend, they'd be like, oh yeah, I'm happy to come. But if I were to tell my friends from Malaysia, the response I got was literally like, even if I die, I'll come back to life to attend to your wedding. And I'm like, I'm honestly, and okay, and another example is during my birthday, which was quite recent, like, European fans, happy birthday, gefeliciteerd. cute, simple, nice.
Yeah.
Malaysian friends are like, hey, remember when we were virgins? Look at this picture. Happy birthday. And I'm like, oh. Like, why would you say it? But then I'm kind
That's
of...
so funny.
But this is like, when you meet, people are very emotional with families, etc. And I kind of... Sometimes I think it's too extreme, but I feel like Dutch people are like direct with their opinions, but they don't really talk about how they feel about things, like saying I love you or being expressive with these things. So my argument is they're not as direct.
Ooh,
Yeah.
hot take.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's my hot take.
Oh, I love what you say about
But I
the
don't know if
bird-
you agree, you're
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
But,
I mean,
yeah.
I see that point, but also like, so the people that like I'm close to, they're Dutch, they're open emotionally to me. So like, for example, Esme. This is for example. Look at her being all Dutchy, and then we're like she wrote with me in my birthday this whole letter, and I was like crying.
Oh,
And it's like, but that's like, I feel that it's just us.
yeah.
I wouldn't think that it's like a Dutch thing, but then the other Dutch people that like, they're maybe not my friends, they're like close, maybe from work. I don't get that emotional, but it depends.
Yeah.
Add some beers and I will get emotional.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know.
It's just like, show me the rage. Show me the, like,
Right.
like, you know, if people go through a breakup in Malaysia, it's insane. It's like next level. And then here, when I hear about a breakup here, I'm like, oh yeah, we discuss who takes what in the apartment, and I'm like, wow, so
Wow, so mature.
so mature.
I mean, you can take it.
In Malaysia, it's like wild, you know. Someone is like calling someone's father, someone is waiting at your door, and it's just like, and I'm sometimes missing that fire a little bit.
Oh, but
yeah.
I love this. But that's such a also very Latin thing to do.
I think Southeast Asians are quite Latin coded.
Yes. Honestly, the
we're
drama.
not-
The drama. They like, oh, you better watch out with her and take care of my sister.
Drama
Drama everywhere.
so much.
But also like, again,
Yeah.
this is like, I understand that. It's like, I don't want that in my life, so that's why I moved here.
But you want a bit. You want a bit
I
of
want a bit,
spice,
but
you know?
it's like, it depends the spice. You know?
just a little
Like
bit.
I want the gossip. Tell me the gossip.
But I don't wanna
tell
be
me
involved.
that you
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be the gossip.
I don't
That's
want to
the
be
thing.
involved. And then recently, I was really funny because something happened, and I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, I have gossip. And she's like, and suddenly, I am involved, but I don't want to be involved. I was
no.
involved. I was just
You don't
there.
want that, no.
So I told the whole thing, and she was like, oh, wow, the gossip. And I was like, I know. And suddenly, I got involved in there.
Oh no, get out.
Like, just not involved, but it's just mayhem. But it was really
Yeah.
funny to say that, to like,
Yeah.
I just love the gossip, but not when I'm there.
Exactly.
But the whole thing, and then with the birthdays, I remember I have this one friend, and this past year it's been like rough in our friendship because she's going through like a lot and all that, and I went through a lot. But our birthdays, we send each other like it's like a whole book of like, I remember when we met, like, I love you so much.
But this is what I love.
But I feel like I will do that with you too. Like, that's
Yeah,
also
yeah,
just
yeah.
me with it. And I feel you will do that to me too.
Yeah.
So it depends also the friendship.
Yeah,
I think
it does.
yes, I think it does in friendship, but like, I think some of my friends started saying "I love you" to me when I first said it to them. They were like my friends here, and now they say it to me.
Oh,
So,
that's so
yeah.
I do agree with you. I do think that Dutch people are really not very open about their emotions.
But why is it? Is it do normal?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's this thing of like Dutch people are humble, or like Dutch people are.
Why did you laugh? Why did you laugh? Immediately. Tati, explain.
humble. Like, I mean, I think yes, but like,
She doesn't agree.
That's why I did this.
because it's kind of like, okay, they're humble, but it's kind of like in their way humble.
In your that's why this.
Yeah, that's why this, exactly.
Yeah.
No, but like, what is the word for that? Like, this other word, like.
Like more quiet or like
No, I mean
calm?
like. No, also not. Yeah, but like kind of like what you said, like do normaal.
Yeah.
Like that's what you do here all the time.
Dan
Like,
doe je gek genoeg.
yeah.
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 Yeah. So it's like there's no need to be
Crazy.
dramatic or crazy about anything.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I'm assuming things, but doesn't it feel a bit pent up inside eventually if you don't like...
Yeah.
If you don't let
but
it
this
go
is-
out.
Don't let it go, you know?
I also
Sometimes you'll be
explained
crazy.
Yeah.
in the last episode of the podcast that was really one of my most annoying things, because I am actually very emotional and I'm
Yeah.
actually very sensitive to things.
And then you have to talk about the weather.
So
Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I really don't like the surface
talk.
level small
Yeah.
talk.
Exactly.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
I just cannot. But
Yeah.
yeah, Dutch people are, I think, generally very good at hiding their emotion, their real emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in their opinions on like politics and blah blah blah, they're quite open and
They're quite open, and then when they get to like really deep
deep
serious stuff, that's when
Yeah.
they're like,
also
down.
like
Yeah.
feelings, family issues, etc. I think this is when then the directness is not there so much.
it's not directing.
Yeah.
The directness is not
Yeah.
direct. But the opinions, for sure, they're direct. Yeah. Yeah.
But have you ever had that somebody just throw their opinion on you and you're like,
I
whoa,
honestly
whoa.
quite like it because I feel like
Yeah.
Malaysia is very like going around circles and roundabouts, and here I actually like it. It's more efficient, and like when Dutch people hear me speak Dutch, generally they compliment me, but then if my partner is there, he'll be like, "Oh, she's okay. she was better, but now she's plateauing." I'm like, "Thanks." But he's right, you know. He is right.
But he's right. And,
Yeah.
and when you're learning Dutch, like, Dutch is humbling the language.
You are humbled.
Yeah,
You
You are
but
humbled by the
Dutch is-
language.
The Dutch is a very difficult language to learn, I think.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
is, yeah.
Also, why would you? Yeah, sorry, but I don't understand. I mean, I
No.
To
understand
live
because,
here, you
because
Yes.
you guys live here, but
Yeah.
like,
You
there's
understand.
no reason really to learn Dutch.
Yeah, do you understand why we learn it? But like, we have our reasons to
Yeah.
learn
Yeah.
Dutch.
Yeah.
And on my thinking, and I feel it's very respectful, when you move to a place, I don't assume you already know the language. I don't assume that, like, I
Yeah.
understand that. But if you decided to stay in that country, I feel responsible to
100% agree.
learn
Yeah.
the language, learn the culture, and yes, I'm still Colombian. I'm gonna be forever Colombian.
Made in
You're gonna take
Colombia.
of me. Yeah, made in Colombia forever, of
Yeah.
course. But I'm gonna try to also assimilate to the culture, to the like. If
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanna stay here, like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come here and be like, oh, you Dutch people, you should speak Spanish and then dance and then speak and like do the things from my
Yeah.
culture. I'm like, I'm the one who
Chose to
make the
live here.
decision
Yeah.
to move here. Then I'm the one who needs to like then learn the language, learn the culture, and then learn how to live here.
Yeah, I like,
That's how I feel.
I completely agree to that, and I had this conversation with Wester as well, because like we've met some expats who refuse to learn Dutch, and they've been here for like 10 years or something, and to me it's like, and they have children, you know.
Yeah.
To me, if you decide to live here, buy a house here, have a job here, have children here who are learning Dutch,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want to learn Dutch? Every language is difficult, and it's like you said, it's about respect with the society that you live
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, but mostly your kids indeed, because it's like if your
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
start speaking Dutch to you and you just don't understand, like imagine that your
Yeah.
kids just
Oh.
start speaking a language to you that you don't understand.
Yeah, and I know at some point, like kids are way smarter than you think.
Yeah.
They will figure it out, you don't know, and
Yeah.
they will start.
They will use it.
They will use it against you.
Yeah.
And one time I was talking with somebody, and then he was like, "Oh, I hope my kids like I want to learn Dutch because I know if I have my kids here, I don't want them to use it against me."
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, "Yeah,
Completely agree.
I agree."
Yeah, and another reason is that then I feel that you would put the responsibility on your kids to do things like calling the belasting deans.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is not nice for a
Yeah.
I don't know,
kid.
6-year-old
Yeah.
kid to have to
Call the belasting
call the belasting needs for you. That's wild.
Yeah.
So,
Then,
yeah.
and then also I like saw a lot of like videos about immigrants, not even just here but in the States. When the kids have to do that, they will even have to go to the doctor with the parents
Yes.
to
Just
try to
English,
explain
yeah.
English and all that. And I'm like, I will never want that to my kids to go through
No.
that because that is not the responsibility to.
No, they should be
for-
kids.
yes, they should
Yeah.
be kids.
Yeah.
But also, let's say for example, here in the Netherlands, it is really easy to get away without knowing the language.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I also, even
Exactly.
if I have kids and then maybe I'm not fluent in Dutch, I won't need them. I mean, I
Yeah.
already survived 5 years without them, so
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fine.
That's true.
But anyways, like your Dutch is pretty good. So like, how did you get here? Like,
I think Fastnet actually played a big role in that. Like, shout out to Maxine. Maxine actually had every week 15 minutes with me to speak Dutch. And that's because I stopped going for Dutch class because I had a bad teacher. And then she said, okay, let's just do this. And that really helped me a lot. And I think the nature of my job, you have to call like the Belastingdienst or the company doctor, and they don't speak English at all. Zero. So it came out of like need a little bit.
Okay.
And I have a new Dutch teacher now. Shout out to Timothy. Thank you for teaching me Dutch. By the way, he's half Spanish, so
Which level are you doing now?
there's no level because I do one-on-one now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
so there's no
okay.
like level.
It's not level,
I
yeah.
don't know what level I am. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't done any exam or anything that
Recently,
will-
no.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah,
wow.
I'm just going with the vibes.
Yeah, I think it's also the practice. Like right now, my Dutch lessons are 3 times a week, and yes, she teaches about grammar and all that. But her class, I really like her because it really forced you to speak and figure it out.
Yeah.
Like last week, I have to do a presentation about Colombian, like typical Colombian dish,
That's
and I
tough.
was like, oh, I forgot to plan it, and then she was like, can you wing it? And I was like, I think I can wing it. And I just did the whole presentation with
Nice.
whatever vocabulary I had in my brain, and I know it wasn't not 100% perfect,
Doesn't matter.
and it doesn't matter. It's just about you trying to really your brain to like focus on like, oh, which word can I use in here?
Yeah. And it's also okay to just use like simple sentences and people
Yeah.
understand you, right?
yeah.
So what did you talk about? I'm curious.
About arepas, and then
Nice.
controversial, but and how arepas are from Colombia, no Venezuela.
Don't know much about it.
We have a lot of laughs in my class, and then also it was funny because my instructor, she was born here, she was born and raised in here, but now she lives in Mexico.
That's so funny because my Dutch teacher, who is born, raised here,
Yeah.
lives in Egypt.
What?
What are these Dutchies
But all of this
doing?
is online.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for example, when I ask something, and then I'm like, I'm just asking it because sometimes it is Dutch has certain things that are similar to Spanish.
Oh.
Not that much, but certain things are similar, like in English. So it is easier to learn it from English.
Yeah.
But certain things I'm like, because it
Yeah.
makes sense in Spanish. So
Yeah.
I can ask her, and she's like, oh yes, it is like this in Spanish. So then it's kind of nice to have that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of Dutch words in Bahasa, but we all know why.
Yeah.
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 Colonization.
Yeah.
It's like- it feels like there was gonna be like a synchronization.
Yeah, we all know the Dutch were
Busy.
Busy.
Finding themselves.
busy back in the day.
Someone's
Back in the day, they were
grandpapa.
busy. They were puppy.
They just wanted a good
They just wanted good food.
good trip, summer
Yeah, they
holidays.
just stole everything.
Yeah.
Eat, pray, love.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm actually from there, so it's okay.
You're allowed to say
Oh,
that.
I'm
you can
allowed to
say it.
say that. I have the pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year when I was in Bali and we did like a tour, there was another Dutch girl, and then I also say, oh, I live in the Netherlands, and then when they were saying something, they're like, yeah, because the Dutch.
Pause.
And then they look at both, and I was like, I only live there.
Yeah,
I
I'm
did
not
not-
Dutch.
I'm not acquainted to that.
I'm Colombian.
I was like, I know I live there, but I did nothing. I was also victim of the Europeans.
Yeah.
That is really funny.
But we've talked about how I look more Colombian than you do, and you look
Ah,
so European.
Yes, that's also one of the questions that I wanted to ask you. If if you ever have been confused for another culture.
Yeah. Always Latin American, like Mexican or Peruvian.
Yes, I
Yeah.
was gonna say Peruvian
Yeah.
or Ecuador.
Yeah, but what is it? Like, is it the color or?
It's because I don't know the history of it, but Peruvians and Ecuadorians, whatever, people from Ecuador.
Yeah.
They have a little Asian looking, like in the eyes they have a little Asian looking, but they still look like indigenous and like with dark skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's also as a Mexican, I know I watched a video not a long time ago. It was something about how actually somewhere from the Philippines and all that they were they were in Mexico. Like a lot
Oh, I
of
didn't
Mexicans
know
were
that,
there, or like
yeah.
a lot of Mexicans went there,
Okay.
and that's how like those features kind of are also in Southeast Asia.
I mean, Philippines was colonized by the Spanish as well, so maybe something
there was
happened.
something in there.
Happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, so that's if it's not some other Southeast Asian country, it's usually Latin America. Yeah.
Which other Southeast
Like
Asia?
Indonesia or Philippines or. But we
Okay, yeah.
all look kind of the same.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't tell.
you say that.
I said it.
You say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, me from there, I'm like, okay, I've seen it, and they kind of look the same. But as is, I would say like all people from Latin America, kind of look the same in
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah.
Of course, they're different, but it's like, oh, Latin America, and then you
Yeah.
put them together, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like when I see Brazilians, I feel like they come in so many different colors
Yeah.
and forms.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell, if they're Brazilian or from a different,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I can, but sometimes I'm like really off.
Yeah.
Like I cannot even do that.
But it's kind of nice, right, that you can't really tell where someone is from.
Yeah.
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 It is fun, and then I always said like, yeah, if you would speak Spanish, that would be very funny.
When I'm in Spain, everyone thinks I'm Spanish speaking. Everyone thinks I'm Mexican or Peruvian. Yeah.
It's really funny.
It's really funny.
And you're like, okay.
No hablo español.
Yeah, yeah, because also you're very tiny. That also
Yeah.
just
Yeah. That's
gives it
probably
away
also-
a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, and especially if I wear like more hoopy earrings and
yeah.
like dress a bit like them, then I feel that I can.
you can
blend
sneak in
in.
there. You can
Blend
blend.
in.
If you go to like Colombia or like any country,
could.
you can blend in
I
right
could.
away.
Yeah, I
Like
could.
if we ever go together to Colombia, let's say, and we're walking, they will probably go to you to speak more than to me.
Honestly, I would feel so much pride if they did. Like I am the Colombian here.
And I'll be like,
What?
great.
Yeah. Because you're like tall
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
very fair skinned and
Yeah.
I'm like short and round.
Yeah, the first skin is completely like fine. It's about the tall.
Yeah.
And I'm really tall. Like this is welcome to my traumas. In school, like I remember like if I like a guy and they're like, "Oh, you're so like I like you too, but like I like you're so tall, like it would look so weird."
That's why you get rejected. You're so tall. Oh my god.
No, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Kind of a
and I
compliment,
hated
Anna.
it, and I hated it. And you honestly, I never care until I discover boys, because
Yeah.
you kind of start dating, and of course, as a woman, you grow first than the guys.
Yeah.
And you're like,
And when you're like interested in like guys, they're like tiny, and I was like super tall comparing to them.
yeah.
So it was very annoying. And I hated it. I really hated it. So like, of course, the first time I like left the country and I met the tall guy, I went for her. Happens.
Yeah.
But then now I'm like, oh, I don't care that much.
Yeah.
And then also here I'm like, yeah, it's fine here.
So Colombian guys are like shorter than you typically?
Yes.
Okay.
They probably are like like me.
Okay. Your height, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm quite average Malaysian height. So yeah. This is what
Yeah,
you get.
exactly. That's why you will
Yeah.
mix up perfect in there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now you're learning Spanish and you can go there.
You
Yeah.
can teach me.
Hola.
But you're also learning Spanish, right?
Yeah, I do. Well, I'm doing Duolingo now, and right now my in-laws are staying with us. So
Nice.
now there's a lot of Spanish around me. So then it, kind of goes faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't had real Spanish classes for a while.
Do you want it?
Yeah,
Nice.
but I have to save up money for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
But I think now, just being around
it already
people,
helps a
it
lot.
helps a lot.
Yeah, so I did 2 weeks, even before I met him, like, I don't know, 4 years ago or something, I did 2 weeks of Spanish in Valencia. It's super short. But by the end of, like, by the beginning of that, I didn't speak any Spanish.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I could just order and stuff,
Oh, that's
everything in
great.
Spanish. So
Yeah.
I just felt like it really went so fast over there that I maybe also want to do something like that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a speed language course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also really really be there for that.
Yeah, I
Like
think
in
that helps a
Spain.
lot. Like even just us living in the Netherlands, you learn a lot of like normal life things. Like
Yeah.
if I go to a grocery store and you tell me anything from there in Dutch, I will know just because I see it. I know what it is.
Yeah.
And then it's like it is here.
I think it's your first Dutch words is from the Albert Heijn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You learn food like this.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I'm like, my lessons start from zero, and we went through like that, of food and all that. I'm like, this is normal vocabulary of like every day. And I know this is gonna be a hot take, but Duolingo, it is. I like Duolingo. I like Duolingo. I don't think you can learn a language from Duolingo,
No.
but the vocabulary, you will get so much vocabulary from Duolingo. It's crazy. Like the words that I know, I don't know how to use them. I just know them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good for vocabulary.
I just found the sentences really weird when I first tried it with Dutch. And
Oh yeah, the sentences are weird.
Like,
They does get better like really later. Like I've been doing Duolingo for 5 years literally since I moved here. And I've been doing consistent.
good.
And only till now is like sentences that I know I could use in real life. Only till now.
Yeah.
Because the first few ones are like, ik ben een appel and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
ik ben
And I
een
was
appel.
like,
And I'm like,
I ain't learning this shit.
Ik ben een appel.
yeah. Which I'm like, when
So
I'm gonna
funny.
use
When are you
this?
gonna use it?
Yeah.
When I'm gonna use it. I use it a lot by saying like, I know a little bit of Dutch. Ik ben een appel.
Yeah.
And then we laugh.
Yeah. Everyone knows what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it does really help with the words because like recently I noticed that I learned on one day I learned one word, and then that evening Javi's mom used it like in her story, and that helped me understand what she was
Yes.
saying.
Yes, that's
Because
the thing.
I do notice that like listening, I can understand quite a lot.
That's
of
cool.
of Spanish.
Yep, I have that in Dutch because I know a lot of words.
Yeah.
And if I hear them, I'm like, oh, I know what you're talking about because I know this random
Yeah.
word because
Yeah.
of Duolingo taught
Yeah.
me like last week.
Yeah.
And I think it's just difficult to kind of like process the words to respond, right?
Yeah.
That's the difficulty.
that's when the
Exactly.
complicated of the
Yeah.
language. But with any language, like
Yeah.
when I learn English, so I learn English in school like normal, but it's always like the easy, blah blah. And then I did like 6 months of really studying English every day, but like English of like college level because I was going to university,
Yeah.
so it was a higher level. And I was like, oh, I know English, I'm good. I did the whole visa and everything, a school process, all in English, so I knew English. But then when I moved there and I actually have to use it and put it in practice, and everybody was speaking English around me, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those days, like the first probably like weeks of living in the States, I was so exhausted at the end of the day. Like your
can
brain goes like crazy, and
Yeah.
maybe only in the second semester that's when it became easier.
Yeah.
But it's really hard when you put your brain through that.
Yeah. No, it's like physically draining.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, if I have to speak Dutch for more than 2 hours, then I'm already like,
Oh yeah, after
Did.
my Dutch lessons, like this week, like on Friday,
yeah,
I was like,
battery out. Yeah.
I cannot
Same.
say anything now. And I'm like, after my Dutch lessons, I'm like, my English
It's
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
My
Spanish
Spanish is gone.
gone.
Dutch gone. I'm barely
Same.
saying something.
You just don't want to do anything as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like so very draining, but I'm like, it is part of the process. Like,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's worth it because then you realize after a few days of recovering that you can understand shit, you can say shit, and it's so
Yeah.
fulfilling to be able to speak and understand the language in the country that you, where
Yeah.
you're living, right?
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah. Oh, I remember the first time, I think last year, when I was when I came from Bali, and I went through immigration. Well, I was shown my resident permit to enter the Netherlands, and the guy asked me if I speak Dutch, and I was like, well, a little bit. And then he just asked me like, oh, where I was
Yeah.
in Dutch, and I was like, oh yeah, I was in Bali. And then he asked me why I was there, and I was like, I was traveling,
Mm-hmm.
and everything was in Dutch. And then he was like, welcome, and I was like, thank you, Will.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, this
But
is
it's so like fulfilling, right?
Yeah.
The
But
feeling.
it was also very easy conversation. Like I just had to
Still,
like, yeah,
still, you
Bali.
understood everything.
Thank you, Will.
Yeah.
Like it was so simple,
Yeah,
but I
but
was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think generally also Dutch people really appreciate it if people from other countries learn Dutch. Because we also know
well-
that
Well-
it's not necessary and it's
yeah.
not
But actually, have you have that like you speak to somebody in Dutch and
Yeah.
they switch to English?
I think when you start learning, it's like that. But nowadays, not anymore.
Ah.
So I'm very proud that the Dutch people stopped switching. And that's
Yeah.
kind of when you know, okay, I am improving.
But you can also ask
Yeah.
them to like keep
Keep
talking to you in Dutch, because I think that like English here is so normal that you also automatically start speaking
Yeah.
English, because you can notice that somebody
Yeah.
you know is not really at a good level yet. So just
Yeah.
to be sure, you start in English. But if you just say like, hey, I really want to learn Dutch, so can you please
Yeah.
keep talking Dutch then?
And
Yeah.
my hot take is, if you really want to learn Dutch fast, is move out of Amsterdam. Because Amsterdam is
Yep.
just English, but because and then I live in Amersfoort now. Like, there are literally people who can't speak English, so it kind of forces you to just because Dutch is their second language actually. In sometimes, like for
Oh,
my
yeah.
neighbors and stuff, it's their second language. To speak English, which is like their third or
The
fourth
third
language,
language, yeah.
that's not possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I also think they're very like especially when you move away and you learn and you meet people from other countries who speak multiple languages, they're also very like also kind and understandable when you're trying to speak a language.
Yeah.
Because, for example, for us, Dutch will be our third language.
indeed.
Like, I already know 2 languages. I'm learning a new language, and
It's
then
tough.
people know that. And
Yeah.
even if like when somebody let's say speaks Spanish to me, they're like learning.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Speak to me in Spanish, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand in some situations, like Dutch people switch to English just because it's more efficient, right? Like if there's a long queue behind you, you
Yeah.
want to go fast, so I get
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like especially like at work, I don't think I can like go and work
Yeah.
and speak fluent Dutch. But
Give me a
especially certain
minute.
things. Also like with you, like I want to speak more with you, but then when we get into our conversations of like,
Yeah.
I cannot say that in Dutch. I'm
No,
sorry.
I know. But I don't know, because I can also speak Spanish to you or try.
Yes,
But like,
we're like
I cannot say yet what I want to say.
yes,
you know?
exactly. So
But-
maybe at some point.
But can you work in Dutch? I feel like we're all so used to working in English.
No, I could
yeah.
not.
Yes,
No,
See,
that's
yeah.
really
No.
annoying, because sometimes I have to talk to a Dutch
Person.
person, like in Dutch, about business stuff, and then I just cannot find the words.
Yeah.
I use a lot of
Yeah.
English words because I just cannot
Yeah.
link
Yeah.
it. But I also think it's because I also studied in English,
Yeah.
That's it.
so I literally learned every single term
The
in
business
English.
Yep.
terms, yeah.
Yeah.
Like what is, I don't know, accelerate the KPI. Like,
Yeah.
like all these words is English.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I also have that. Like, I have a friend that she was like doing something like graphic design, and I was like, I don't know how to say it in Spanish, because I also studied this in English. I learned this in English, and there's
Yeah.
really specific words that I'm like, I really don't know
Yeah.
how it's in Spanish because I just learned it in English.
I love you add a bit of Spanish to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back of like a little intermission. Okay, we have to end up the podcast. We have to say bye to Najla.
So sad.
We have a good hot takes, but to wrap up the whole thing, do you have any advice for going to Malaysia? You've been to Malaysia. I've never been. Maybe I want to go.
Yeah.
What would you recommend to
I
do, say,
would-
don't do?
don't do. Avoid mosquitoes.
To put mosquitoes.
I think you should explore outside of Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is the capital city, but there's like Borneo, which is amazing nature. Esme went there. There's Penang. There's Tioman Islands. There's really nice beaches. There's Johor. Like, Malaysia is so much more, and if you're really into like tropical nature, there's a lot that's not in Kuala Lumpur. So that's my advice.
Advice and hot take.
Yeah,
Go outside of the capital. I feel that that's like a
everywhere thing.
Yeah.
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 But it's just like there's so much nature outside of the capital city. And yeah.
like when I say like people in Colombia, I was like, okay, yes, visit Bogota is like, I think you have to,
Yeah.
but it's way more pretty outside of Bogota.
Yeah.
But also because I'm from there, so it's kind of like
Bias.
I'm like there's
It's what
nothing
you
to
know
do
the
there.
best as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay. But
Okay.
Thank
Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
to be here.
Yes. Thank you for coming.
we appreciate you. And comment,
Comment, like,
like,
subscribe.
you know what's up. And bye.
Bye.